Okay, I think you're
Are we
alive.
live?
I think you are.
Okay, everybody. She'll just be telling me to smile when she's getting all the cameras. I told you to take a photograph of the setup because you'd never believe, like, you know what I mean, what it's like. And we'll get her to post a photograph later on. So happy Wednesday. Happy nearly the 29th. No, the 30th of October. Imagine we're near the end of the month, and imagine tomorrow is Halloween. So tonight, obviously, we had to do a pumpkin flower arrangement. The pumpkin competition over on our Facebook page is absolutely flying. The support, the lovely comments, and all the likes that everyone is getting is just amazing. And if you haven't yet went over and voted, because we will be announcing the winners for that on Friday morning. I'm not sure what time did we say?
11 o'clock. Well, I'll pick the winner at 11 o'clock. So the one with the most likes at 11 o'clock on Friday will be the winner.
You got that. So 11 o'clock on Friday, whichever pumpkin has the most likes, that's going to be the winner. So Deirdre scooped out this evening. It was a little bit of a rush job, to be honest. Everything was a bit of a rush job here this evening. But I see some people say about scooping everything out of the inside of the pumpkin and it stops it going off. At the end of the day, when it's going to go off, it's going to go off. It doesn't matter what material is left on the inside. So we actually leave some of the seed and the waste on the inside of the pumpkin. Because at the end of the day, when you put it out in the garden to feed the birds and the squirrels and the mice and the chickens and the birds and the dogs and the cats and everybody else that wants to have a little feed of pumpkin, it means that they get all the nutrition, all the pumpkin seeds. You can imagine what it's going to do to them. So we leave the inside on the inside of our pumpkins. And what we have been doing this year, which is different to last year we used to wash them out with diluted bleach and water. But to be honest, I wasn't actually thinking of the squirrels, the chickens and all the rest eating them. Where this year we're being a lot more environmentally friendly and we're actually using lemon juice. Now it's not freshly squeezed lemon juice. It's the one in the yellow tub, you know, that you put on your pancakes for Pancake Tuesday. So we're just lashing that around the inside. You can actually smell the lemon on the inside there. And what we do is we cut the hole big enough that fits this container here, which is called a bulb bowl. B-U-L-B. They're available in most flower shops. And again, anybody that is a flower shop, you probably use these in your shop. We use them in all our hat box arrangements. It's a very popular container here at the school, and even on our module 4 they use these containers for making like larger floral displays, etc. So big welcome everyone. Anyone that is watching, comment below, let us know where you're watching in from. So we've loads happening tonight, but there is going to be an amazing giveaway, and the giveaway is going to happen tonight, so the winner is going to be picked tonight. So a couple of weeks ago we were at an event and I had some of my past students, my dream team as I called them, and they were with me, and one of the participants in the event was called Rona, or her Instagram page, and I know if one of the girls are watching there they might tag her Instagram page by Rona X. Okay, so Rona is a makeup artist. She's actually a wedding celebrant, but she also is the supplier, retailer, manufacturer, getter outer of CBD oil. So I met Rona, well, we probably know her years, but I suppose when I got to know her a lot more was on social media. She had 2 special needs children and she was giving them the CBD oil. And she has the videos, and the difference of the kids was just amazing. And as far as I know, she was taking it herself, I think, when she was going through, will we say the perimenopause? She wouldn't be menopausal, she's too young for that. But when she was going through the perimenopause and, you know, anguish and anxiety and stress in her life, she found the CBD oil brilliant. And what she has now done is she has sourced, I could have this story all wrong, but she sourced a grower of the hemp seed oil in Wicklow, so this is Irish grown, and she now is what would you say, supplying it. Yeah. And it's called Focus oil. Okay, now there's 2 types of them. One of them is for rubbing on your skin, okay, and I use it for the wrinkly neck and the wrinkly chest, okay, and the other one is drops for under your tongue, and I'll show it to you because actually she gave me a whole giveaway prize.
It was actually very good today for getting the muck off your hands.
It was, yeah. I don't know, did you watch the video earlier on of me wiring the brooches? And I was wiring up brooches here, and Deirdre said, I'll do a little voiceover, and it wasn't until I went to turn over my hand to show the brooch and the sparkle and the dirt to my hands, and I have to say this is brilliant. Now I haven't, I'll be honest, okay, because we're not influencers, we're not bloggers,
and we don't
we're
get
not
paid.
makeup artists. This is not an advertisement, okay? But Rona swears by this for taking your makeup off. She said it literally melts the makeup off. But I have, I've had one of these cleansers and I'm happy with it. And you know the way, let's not rock the boat. But I was finding I was getting the turkey neck and the turkey chest. And I have to say, this stuff is amazing. And now I'm going to be so anti-wrinkly today because this is my second time to do it today because I did it earlier on. But all I do is I get a little bit...
At the end of that bottle.
Nearly at the end of the bottle. Rona, you better send me out another bottle. I'm only joking. So what I just do is just in the mornings, I do this and then just rub it, bring it right around the back of my neck, all over, up around my chin. I don't put it on my face, but it's perfect for putting on your face.
Well, I have used it on my
don't.
face. I have used it on my face and I have used it on my scars.
So Deirdre, when she had her reconstruction, she, not a boob job, now it was a reconstruction, she used this on her scars. And I have to say, she's not going to show you them, but I have to say they are amazing. And also my niece in Sligo, if she is watching, she'll comment, she uses it on her face for acne. And I have to say the improvement was amazing. And I can actually verify that because for 2 weeks, we used it religiously morning and evening, and I photographed it every day so that I could send the photographs on to Rona to actually see was there an
Because
improvement.
we were guinea pigs.
We were guinea pigs, yeah, little guinea pigs. So Rona has given me a look at this, a gift set. All you'll be doing is putting your own name and address, and I'll be sending it out to you. So what you're going to get as your prize, what are they going to have to say? Is it pick me or I'm wrinkly?
I think I'm wrinkly.
I'm wrinkly, okay, is the code word tonight. So you want to be really wrinkly, okay? Because you're getting a massive bottle of the oil. That's the little one I got, okay? You're getting a massive bottle with a dispenser at the top. So that's going to be amazing. But you know the oil I was saying that you can put under your tongue? I probably half mentioned it, okay? But this is the one that you take for anxiety, stress, perimenopause, menopause, man trouble, anybody driving you mad, kids peeing you off. What else? Firecrackers, anything that's annoying
Actually,
in the world.
she did say because she gave it to her dog for the fireworks. I saw that on her
So
Instagram.
anybody's dog that's feeling stressed with the fireworks, put some of that under their tongue.
God,
okay?
there's loads of wrinkly people coming in.
So we need to know, are you stressed? This is all coming as one package. So you have a bottle of the oil for stress and getting rid of all your man problems. Okay, you have the oil
women
then
problems.
to get rid of all your wrinkles, and I'm sure you can, and any scars that you have. So any scars that you have and any wrinkles that you have all over your body. And then if you want to flash them eyes, a full 3 sets of false eyelashes. And this one is a really glittery set of false eyelashes and all the leaflets, all the information on the oils. And anybody has any questions, go over to Buy Rona X, B-Y, Buy Rona X, and she'll answer all your questions. Or I'm sure somebody will tag her there. And I did say to her, be around this evening in case they're asking questions about this. And there is a discount code. We do sound like an advertisement now, Deirdre. What's the discount code? Can you remember it?
K's 10, I think. It's either K's 10 or K10.
Okay, so it's either K10 or K's 10. And I presume you get 10% discount.
10% discount, yeah.
Off the items, okay? But pop over to Rona, tell her you're a K's Flower School, and she'll absolutely look after you. So that's my own one. You're not getting that one there. Okay, so what's the big plan? And we're going to post that tomorrow morning, okay? So we are going to pick the winner tonight. So what am I doing? In the garden at home, I had still a couple of hydrangeas. I still actually have loads more. Still had a couple of hydrangeas on my bush, and my bush needed another little bit of trimming. So what I did yesterday morning was I picked some hydrangeas. I stripped all the foliage off them. I put them, well, they were very dirty and dusty because I'd had a lot of work done on the front of the house recently. So I swished them in cold water. That was just to clean the dust off them. Otherwise, there was absolutely no need. I cut the ends. I placed them into a bucket of boiling water, about 2 inches of boiling water, and I just left them in the boiling water. And that was yesterday morning. And when I was going home about 4 o'clock yesterday evening, I emptied out the water, which was cold at that stage. I emptied out the water and I left them in the bucket. And then this morning when I came in, I got this tin of black spray. I can't remember whether it was Lidl or Aldi. Don't worry about the brand. Whatever shop that you get the cheapest black spray, and I sprayed them. Now I didn't spray them completely. I've left a tiny little bit of the natural colour coming through. They kind of were a pinky mauve colour. And I gave them a second lashes spray around lunchtime. So they've had 2 lots of spray. And I have to say, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And even to stand them in a vase, and they're still soft, okay, I don't want to damage them, but they're still soft, like they're not gone hard with the spray. And they're dried out, you can see there, they're not shedding. Because I did see somebody on Instagram saying about spraying them with hairspray. Absolutely no need to spray them with hairspray, no need at all. Asparagus fern and pampas grass, spray that with hairspray, but no need with the hydrangeas.
Patricia Sims says, I told my friend about the carpets and the curtains matching last week and she was in convulsions laughing.
I tell you, you never know what you learn here at these demonstrations. So foliage wise, I have a little bit of the orange dried oak, and I used that a couple of weeks ago. It would have come in water, and I just let it dry out myself. Just emptied the bucket of water, didn't hang it upside down, just left it standing in the bucket. These are 2 stems that Deirdre picked up. Pennies, was it, or Duns?
Pennies, Primark, I can see it on them.
Okay, and what's it say? 2 euros. 3 euros or 2 euros. I can't see them anyway. And there's little black bats on them and orange pumpkins. Okay, so they were bought from Primark. She also picked up this one, but we're not using it tonight. But again, for anybody for going around their door, or again, you could break that up and you could use the skeletons in your pumpkins. That's Primark as well. And then here in the school, I have these dried proteas. Okay, so they're a dried protea, which I had picked up in O'Neill's Flowers up in Carlingford, County Louth. And I have a couple of them. I just found one that's an artificial, so that's a silk version protea, and there's only one of them, so I just found that there, and I said I'll use them. I have a couple of the poppy heads. Now you can see there's literally only a couple. I'm using up leftovers, like trying to use up bits that's lying around, just to show you that you don't need 3 of this and 2 of this and 4 of this. Like, you're able to make arrangements out of literally nothing. So there's a few poppy heads on there. There's a few dried flowers in that packet there. And again, they were from Evergreen Silk Plants. And this stem here, that was sent out from O'Neill's, but it was green when he sent it out to me. And when I was spraying the hydrangeas this morning, I said, you know what, I think I'll lash a bit of black spray on that as well. So that was, I think it was 3 euros in O'Neill's, but it was a greeny colour, okay? So it would do you all year round. And this was just, again, it's artificial. This was from Evergreen Silk Plants. It's an artificial kind of like, it looks dried, but it actually is artificial. And I couldn't cut the stem shorter. It was a really thick wire on the inside, and I was afraid I damaged the stem, so I just actually bent it up. So that's the materials that I'm planning to use tonight. There's no great big plan in my head. Now, while I'm getting myself organised here, the turntables that we advertised last week or the week before talk about flying out the door, and we're down to the last 2 I was going to say last 2 pumpkins, the last 2 turntables, and then we are out of them completely until the end, or well, until the next delivery comes in, which we think is going to be the end of November. So the deal that we were doing, the bundle, that went down a treat. Everybody thought that was amazing, because the majority of people who bought the turntable actually went for the bundle. So the bundle was that you got a turntable, you got a florist scissors, you got a packet of knives, so there's 5 knives in the packet, you got a tool belt like what I'm wearing, identical to me, you got a stem stripper for washing your makeup brushes. Did you watch that video the other evening? If you didn't, find it over there on Instagram. And I also, in some of them, I enclosed, can you pass me that book there, but without wrecking the place? Have you seen all the wires here? Oh. There we go. So these were books that we got from a wholesaler, supplier, catalogue, South American Flowers, and there's some fabulous pictures. So in case anybody got a turntable and you're wondering, how did I get a free book, you know, that way? So what I did, and these will be brilliant for florists, because it gives you all the varieties, all the names, when they're in season, everything that you need to know about certain flowers from South America. It's a brilliant informative book. I don't have these to post out. It actually cost me more to post them.
The books last week, the Lizzie Antis books.
So what I'm just doing is I'm putting them into the pumpkin, I have pumpkins on the brain here this evening. I need some of that oil.
Yeah.
I'm putting them in with the turntables until I run out of them. But I still have 2. I've actually 4 of them left, and we've only got 2 turntables left. So next I need a bit of floral foam. So I'm going to use a block of floral foam in these bulb bowls. And I find what works out well in these containers is if you cut about 1/3 off the end of it, okay? And then the 1/3 that you cut off, cut that in half. And that kind of creates like a wedge for going into the bottom of the container. Now it's a bit like a jigsaw, so we kind of have to cut this one in half, you know, that way to kind of slot it in, and sometimes cut that one in half there a little bit. As you can see, very kind of irregular, but I'll hold it up now in a second just to kind of give you an idea. So this is where I've just created a wedge in the bottom of the container using that third of a block of foam. And then the other 2/3 of a block of foam, I'm trimming the corners off because it's a rectangle going into a circle, and I'm going to trim around the top because this is something I always do. It's a habit. Do I need to do it? Probably not for the arrangement I'm doing today, but it's kind of a habit that I have. And what I'm going to do then is press that down into the container, and then using the anchor tape I'm going to strap it in. So see Deirdre laughing there. What
Yeah,
are you laughing
Alison
at?
over on YouTube said that turntable is going on her Christmas list, and the belt, and the wrinkly oil as well, because she's very wrinkly. There's lots of very wrinkly people. Now there's people saying pick me, but it's not a pick me today. We need you to be wrinkly. So you need
We're
to
only
tell us.
picking the wrinkly people, so you have to be wrinkly. So it can be wrinkly neck, wrinkly boobs, wrinkly stomach, wrinkly bingo bats, whatever you want to have, anywhere at all. Wrinkly faces, wrinkly eyes, bad acne, bad eczema, psoriasis, scars, headaches, COVID. Doesn't matter what's wrong with you. This will cure everything. Because if the oil for your skin doesn't cure you, the one under your tongue will. You know that way. Listen, you're going to be a new woman, a new man, or a new woman.
Yeah, but
You'll be
there's a few
absolutely
men
right.
actually entering as well, which I'm delighted to see as well. So what I'm doing is, as I'm seeing the names are flying in, and we're obviously on 5 different channels, I'm writing them down, and then you're just going to pick one out of the hat. I think that's probably the easiest way.
Okay, rightio. So here I am. The Bud Bowl is pressed down into the container, and I'm just going to cut up some of this dried oak, okay? So I'm cutting in between the stems, just kind of like making a few kind of like little sections out of it, just to try and get a few pieces out of the one stem. No particular shape or pattern. And I'm keeping this very informal tonight, because I haven't got a great plan, and that's why I'm saying informal, and listen, we'll see what happens. So with some of these stems, I'm going to maybe stick a bit in there, and I might maybe stick it. This is how informal it is. I might stick a little bit in there, might stick a little bit in there, might stick a little bit over here, might stick a little bit over here. Do you get the idea? If you can't do this, there's something wrong with you, okay? So literally just stick, and this could be wild ivy out of your own garden.
That was
Would
actually
do
a question that
exactly.
somebody said, what other foliage could they use?
The wild ivy, the seed-headed ivy that's out at the moment in your garden would absolutely be fine. Now what I have, these are a couple of the leaves that fell off, but the stem on them is really, really strong. So I'm able to stick the stem and kind of the end base of the leaf actually into the floral foam, and all I'm doing is I'm looking for a bit of coverage. And I didn't cover all the foam, you know what I mean? Hard luck, I just have to make do with what I have. So now I have 2 long stems, okay?
Can I just say, there's nobody wrinkly on TikTok at all?
Is there not?
No, nobody's
Oh,
wrinkly.
and
There's
they're not
they're all-
stressed.
I think they're all too young.
Oh, they're all too young. That's probably what it is. Nothing wrong. Maybe your mammy needs it. You know that way. So maybe take part and maybe your mammy needs it. So this is this long stem of artificial. It is actually very realistic, as it looks like nearly a dried flower. It doesn't look plastic at all, but it is artificial. It's from evergreen silk plants, okay? And I'm just pushing that down into the centre to get a little bit of height. It's a bit crooked, so I'll just kind of bend it over there just to kind of straighten it up. And where's that stem? So this is the stem that I got from O'Neill's Flowers. And as I said, it was green, and I just kind of like put a little bit of black spray onto it. And I'm going to stick that down into the centre, and again just move the little bits of dried in around the little stems there,
that's actually
just
lovely.
to add a little bit of height,
It sort
okay?
of, you know, it sort of looks a bit fireworky looking, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does actually. Yeah, it does. Well, that was the plan, Deirdre.
Oh, was that the plan?
Absolutely, that was the plan. People often say to us, you know, like, what's the difference between a designer florist and a florist? And my definition is a designer florist is somebody who makes it up as they go along. But it sounds an awful lot more professional to say that you're a designer rather than I'm chancing my arm here, fecking the stuff in, hoping it turns out like fireworks and just playing for the best. So I'm a make it up as you go along florist. Other people would call it a designer florist. Okay, next things I have is a couple of the dried proteas. And again, there's no particular system or pattern for using these. These kind of have like a natural woody stem, so they're easy enough to cut. And again, I'm not going to follow any pattern. These are I'm going to be very artistic now. These are the flames coming out of the fire. So the witch now has her big bonfire going, and she's just sticking these in, as you can see, randomly, like no pattern, no system at all. So I'm going to cut a few of these, like a bit off the end of them, no particular length. Like, it drives me mad when people say, what, not that it drives me mad, but like, what length are you cutting them? I'm just cutting them, and whatever length they are, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to stick them in there randomly throughout the display.
I think for something like this, you can get away with this random sort of
absolutely
display.
Like, this wouldn't be like normal, what we would call professional flower arranging, professional floristry. And sometimes I laugh, like when people are with me on the professional courses, they kind of, oh my God, like you can do that and you can do the other. Don't ever be under the assumption that what you see demonstrated here for free is all I'm capable of. I'm quite capable of a lot more, and I can be very artistic as well. But what I try to do with these classes is kind of like keep them fun, you know, that way, something that you can copy at home. Like I even seen in some of the pumpkin competition where there was children making the arrangements, you know, the way. So I want it to be fun, and I don't want it that it's costing you a fortune, that it's inexpensive to get in and make these arrangements. So you can see there the dried proteas in and out through it. And again, to be sustainable, so far all of that stuff can be reused again. The oak leaf will probably go soft, okay, but the dried protea, like them big strong stems on them, are dried out crispy. They will be perfect, and you could always add wires onto them to make them longer again. What I'm now going to move on to is some of the black hydrangeas. And again, no particular pattern or system. I'm just going to randomly kind of like add them into the arrangement. And as I said, like I didn't cover them completely. I did leave a little bit of the kind of the purpley pink coming through. I just thought it would be kind of like more natural if I did, rather than you know, spraying them completely. I am going to sink some of these hydrangeas down a little bit lower into the floral foam. Two reasons, because one is called recession, which is something we do in floristry, and the main reason is it's going to help to cover the floral foam because I hadn't really got enough of the oak. So you can see there.
Fran over on Facebook is saying that she's going to watch this again over on YouTube because it keeps buffering on her.
Oh.
We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, and we're on the Facebook Flurry Fun Group as well. So if you're watching it on Facebook, we'll maybe pop into the Flurry Fun Group and see if it's any better in there for you. But it is obviously over on YouTube as well.
So again, I'm recessing another flower kind of like down low there. So as you can see, no pattern, no system, no such thing as 3 around the number 1 slightly lower on an angle, or a zigzag or a pattern. Like literally nothing at all. Just stick the flowers in, come back here, stick the flowers in anywhere at all that you kind of see a gap or you see a hole in the arrangement, you know, that way. Feck it in, say a prayer, and hope for the best.
Sandra said it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm actually, because I can't really see it because with all the cameras, and I just moved to the side. It's absolutely fabulous.
It's not bad for to make it up as you go along, flowers, damn
absolutely.
So we have this one protea, you know, that way. Like we have what we call the bitty box. Well, to be honest, actually, we have a couple of bitty boxes, okay. And we were just saying, the turntables, when they came in from, whatever the turntables came, but when they came delivered, they came in these massive big boxes with small, well, all the turntables packed into them. And I have about, 6 or 8 of them in there at the moment.
We're waiting on Mr. K to come over and break up.
Deirdre did flatten a few of them, but there's still about 6 or 8 in there that hasn't been flattened because they're real heavy cardboard. And Dad's a dab hand at flattening cardboard. Hint, hint, Dad, if you're watching. But actually, don't tear them up yet, because I don't know whether a lot of you know, we are going to be moving. It's a big secret. Shh. Don't tell anyone yet, but we are going to be moving, and obviously we'll bring you along with us, okay, when we're able to, because we haven't officially told anybody. It's out there on social media now, so feck it. And we were just saying, like, when we need to pack up and sort out, oh my God, like there is so much shit here. And Deirdre said, why don't you keep some of them boxes? And she says, make up lucky dip boxes. Because again, suppliers are always sending us out material, you know, that way. And a lot of it we do give away, we demonstrate, and then some of it gets put into storage, you know, that way. And I have to say,
into bitty boxes.
The bitty boxes are pretty full at the moment. Anyway, I'm looking for a cop on spot because there's only one of these. I've no choice because that's the length of it, okay? So I've decided to put it in there because that's the space that I have. Now, I'm not finished. I have my Primark little twigs, okay? Now, I haven't tried these out. I can't see these cut and see how they go anyway. Sometimes with these stems, if you do kind of like a non-cut kind of around the outside of them, sometimes I'm trying this live on there to see will it work. And then actually it did. And if you do that, okay, that'll get rid of your bingo wings to see the way they break. And this will give me just kind of like more fireworks and more movement coming out of the arrangement. Now these ones here, I'll be able to cut them off individually, okay, because they're kind of like a soft stem. And again, if I needed them longer, I'm going to just leave them the length that they are. But if I needed them longer, I could actually add a wire onto the end of them. What are you laughing at?
Tricia Slim says, I hope the bailiffs aren't chasing you. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
Irene wants to know, did we dry the leaves?
I did, yeah. So I bought them in, end of September, wasn't it?
Easily, yeah.
we would have been kind of coming into our autumnal arrangements, you know, that way, like after the summer holidays. And I bought in some of that and we've used it quite a few times. And I had them 3 or 4 stems left over. So I literally just emptied out the water that was in the end of the bucket and I left them standing in the bucket. Like I didn't turn them upside down. It was the same with the hydrangeas. I didn't turn that upside down. I just left them standing in the bucket. So there is the 2 stems of Primark cobwebs with little bats and little orange pumpkins. I'm not mad about them glittery orange pumpkins, but you know what? You can't really see them in there. And I do like a bit of bling. Talking about a bit of bling. We have 2 more silver necklaces, isn't it?
Yes.
From Cut Price Jewelers. Do you remember there a few weeks ago, they sent out these fabulous sparkly earrings, okay? And because they got such great response, and so many of you went over to the Cut Price Jewellery page, they sent out 2 gorgeous. Jeweller's just going to open them here. And we're going to do it we're not going to do it tonight, are we?
No, not tonight.
We'll do it another night, but we're going to do it as one prize, because I think this would be lovely for 2 friends, okay, if you have a friend, okay, do look in closer with it, and that you could keep one yourself and you could give one to your friend, your daughter, your mother, your granny, your husband.
I'm just going
your
across
best friend's florist, whatever you want. So we're going to give them away as a set, as in there's 2 of them identical, and we'll do that one of the other weeks. So now I'm moving on. I found 1 more of these leaves, so I'm just going to use this for a little bit of camouflaging and hiding my container. Now I'm now onto the ends of the poppy seed heads, okay? So this was a packet of poppy seed heads that I had used before. You can see that. And when I'm using them, this is normally what I do, is I leave the bunch and I just cut off the flower heads that I need. And sometimes I use these sticks. Anybody that has been with me for mock hand tied arrangements, these are brilliant for your mock hand tied arrangements. But anyway, we're not doing that tonight.
So Suzanne wants to know, she loves your pumpkin top. Where did you get it?
Do you know, that's from that shop that we're not supposed to mention. It's like us moving premises.
But we have it about 5 years.
We have it years.
Because we have it in a bitty box that has Halloween clothes.
I have a load of Halloween tops. So if you've been watching some of the videos, you'll see, Jesus, she has a whole wardrobe of them. Again, €5 on. Don't tell anyone. But I have it years, you know, the way I bought it before everybody was giving out about Shein. But like, it's brilliant, you know. I actually have a different top underneath it, so it's actually not that good quality. It's probably see-through. You'd see me white bra through it, so I just stuck it on over the black t-shirt.
Tricia says she's loving it. She says she wishes she could make it go along like that. But do you know what?
Well, do you know what, Tricia? If you think there was any effort or thought or sweat or imagination put into that arrangement, there's something else coming. Do you know that way? Like, I swear to God, I literally fetched the stuff in. And again, when it comes to measuring, just cut the bloody stuff, you know what I mean? And when it comes to putting it in, just be very
fun. I think it's really...
You need a pink turntable. I actually think it's the pink turntable makes it, okay?
And you need to have fun. And, you know, let your whatever.
The creative juices flow.
Exactly. Anita wants to know, she says, can she still get the SkillNet funding for the Christmas course?
Only
and
up to Friday.
Is there SkillNet funding for the Module 1?
For the Module 1, unfortunately, there isn't, okay? So there's no SkillNet funding for that. But for the Christmas course, it's €105 discount. And absolutely, and you can avail of that like up till Friday. But on Friday, because the course officially starts on Friday. Now, going on other years, we always get late starters, late comers, late joiners, you know, and there's no problem at all, because you actually have access to the course right till the end of the year. But you know, you obviously want to watch it kind of before Christmas. But the SkillNet funding is really strict. It will close on Friday at 4 o'clock, and then that's the end of it. So if you need the information, drop us an email, info@caseflowerschool.com, and I'll send you the link for the SkillNet funding. And again, somebody was asking there about Module 1. Module 1 is starting on the 11th of November, but so is Module 3. I've hardly been talking about Module 3. Module 3 is the bridal floristry program for more kind of intermediate advanced students. But Module 1 is for complete beginners. All the kits for everyone that was booked in is gone in the post already. I actually made a trip to the post office. Well, actually did 4 trips to the post office today because they all wouldn't fit in the car. But all the Module 1 Irish kits went in the post today. And all the UK ones and American ones, they went in the post on not Monday, Tuesday, okay? Wanted to get them out early because next week we're off to America. So we're going to be in America next week. We are going to be going live from America. God knows what time of the day, because I know last year when we were in America, we never switched over, do you know that way? So we were awake at all hours in the morning over there, and I think there's a 5-hour difference. But you listen, we'll go for the best. So we will be going live, and we have some amazing ideas planned. We can't give any of them secrets away. It's loads of secrets tonight, isn't there? There is. Real secretive sort of club. But we have some great plans for working with the Americans attending the Intrigue Designs. So we did actually have to change our plans all at the last minute because Hurricane Charlie, or whoever that hurricane was, he fecked up our plans, okay? But you know us here at Case Flower School, nothing's a hassle to us, you know that way. We just get in, thought up a new plan, designed something else, and have to say, Mrs. K has been involved the last few days. She probably has been cursing us, but we gave a few little tips and a few little hints on the Instagram and the Facebook over the last few days, if you were watching. And I actually don't think you'll even pick up from the hints like that we posted. Just
no,
so
I don't think so.
Okay, Deirdre's been writing.
Super thanks, Jeanette and Deirdre. It's good luck in the States. Definitely off to buy a pumpkin. Do you know what? Actually, a lot of the shops are selling the pumpkins off cheap now.
Yes. I was laughing. He's a florist somewhere, and he's a friend of Felicity, you know, in Dubai.
All right.
Michael Costello, and he had up there, obviously this was on personal Facebook page, again shush, don't say anything, wasn't on a public group, and he was looking for a pumpkin farm to bring his kid to. Felicity's bring him to Aldi or Lidl. There's loads of them there. So again, this is the prize, okay? So by Rona X is the page, pop over. It's the oil for scars, wrinkles. We've been talking about wrinkles tonight, eczema, psoriasis, acne. Like, no matter what's wrong with your skin, a makeup remover, it does absolutely everything. Like, my neck is absolutely stunning. And my chest, absolutely stunning.
And you'll see more of it over the next few days, or next week, because
when
the
we're in our tops,
the weather
next
is
week
30 degrees.
30 degrees in Tampa. Also, Deirdre has used it on her scars. You might even see her new boob next week when we're in America. She could give you a little flash. And then the other oil is for putting under your tongue, okay? And that's for anybody that's feeling stressed, anxiety, perimenopausal, menopausal, full menopausal, hormonal, just somebody driving you mad.
John Coffey is watching there. Can you help him?
John Coffey, how's your hair? Isn't that you fella that had no hair last week? So grows back hair. It does absolutely everything.
I don't know about that.
And there's also false eyelashes in there, John Coffey, so you'll be raging. So all the names are here. Obviously, I haven't got a clue who it is, so we're just going to pick out a name.
And I hope you can read them because they were all written so fast.
Mary Ann Larkin.
Mary Ann Curran. So
Mary Ann Curran, I don't know what social media page that you're on. You sound very wrinkly, very stressed. Sounds like you could do with 2 gold crosses. So listen, email us tonight your address and we'll get them in the post to you in the morning. Everybody, if you get a chance, I'm sure Noreen and Celine and some of the girls have been tagging Rona's page. So please pop over to Rona's page. Thank her for, I know you didn't all get the present, but thank her for the present.
Because it's worth a few quid.
Absolutely. And like again, small business starting off, you never know. If enough of you thank her, she might send out another one.
This is it. And that's actually another thing. If anybody else is here and they do have a small business and they would like to give us something for a giveaway, for us to shout you out.
And like, we're not looking for something free for us.
No,
you know,
no.
As I said, if you want a little shout out and you want to do a giveaway, Like, we're not advertisers, we're not marketeers, we're not bloggers, we're not influencers, and we're far from makeup artists.
But our followers do love a freebie.
Our followers do love a little freebie and a little giveaway. So listen, thanks a million everybody for joining in. Have a fabulous Halloween evening tomorrow evening. Stay safe. Give your dog the drops. Anybody that has a dog with anxiety with the Cracker Jacks or whatever, give your dog the drops. Get on to Rona there. Use the discount code, which we can't even remember. It's either K10 or K's10. And I did say to Rona to maybe join in, and if there was any questions that maybe she might take over the job of responding to them.
Okay, just one over on YouTube. Alison says, definitely have to buy a pumpkin. How you've inspired me. It looks so much fun.
Ah, thanks.
Not sure on the paint spraying. I would end up with wearing it. Still thinking of module 1. What happens about the flowers in the UK?
So how
Quickly.
it works for the UK is we give you a discount of €200 off the price, okay? The Dutch supplier that we will be organising all the Northern Ireland and the Republic Ireland deliveries through, all you have to do is email them or ring them. We'll give you the name, the phone number, and you just say, copy the order that Jeanette did, and the exact same flowers will come to your house, but you have to pay them. It won't even cost you the €200. You'll actually make money on it, you will. But it just, because of Brexit, we can't order the flowers Ireland, Holland, UK because of Brexit. But like, you from the UK can order them directly from Holland. You can pay for it, you know, that way. But again, we have it all set up real easy. You just get in touch with, and we'll give you all the names. I'll talk you through it. You literally have to do nothing. Copy the order that Jeanette did. That's all you have to say, and they'll do it for you, and your flower delivery will come. And normally we get a flower delivery on a Friday night, the 22nd. So
Yeah.
Friday the 22nd of November is where the Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland students, they all get their flower delivery that night. The UK students and the American ones, they have a little bit of leeway that if it suited you better to get it on a Thursday night or a Wednesday morning or a Monday morning, it's possible to do that. But the weekend of that flower delivery, so Friday the 22nd, what I normally do is I work with the students on Saturday the 23rd and Sunday the 24th. I'm a glutton for punishment. Do you know that way? I'm a martyr to the cause.
That's
And
it.
what I just do is I work with you to give you a little bit of a head start, and we have this one-to-one WhatsApp. Nobody else knows what's going on. It's all private, and I'll be able to give you feedback and help and answer all your questions and give you loads of support. Drop
Okay.
us an email.
Drop us an email. And the very last thing, anybody that is watching us on Instagram, and there's quite a few of you there, I would absolutely love if you shared this to your story. We would really appreciate it, because it's really struggling to get a little bit of reach on Instagram at the moment. The others are actually doing well, but Instagram are really struggling, so we really would love
Share
if you
my
shared
one.
it.
Is she on my one? Is
No,
she?
not
no,
on
you're not.
yours,
It's not
no.
my one. And like, I'm really struggling. I am. Of course, she's taken all the promotion. She is. But you listen. When you support one, you support both. And you know, we never gave the Look Good, Feel Better.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
So it obviously is the last day of the Look Good, Feel Better
It's a fundraiser.
fundraiser. So if you haven't yet given a few bob to it, again, maybe somebody might post a link there in the comments. I think we have raised over €1,500
Yeah.
so far, which is absolutely amazing, and we're thrilled, and huge thanks to everybody that donated. Actually, it'll be more than the 1,500, because that girl is going to give us the 200.
Yeah.
So we had somebody made a little bit of a booby, whatever, and then she said, listen, I'm after paying 200 off something by mistake, but will you transfer it over to the Look Good, Feel Better? But in between cross messages, we seen she'd made the booby, and we'd actually refunded her, so we're just waiting on her to give it back to us. So that would bring it up to about 1,700, you know,
Yeah.
that way. So it would be just amazing if we could get another few bob and maybe hit the 2,000. So Look Good, Feel Better, Irish charity. They actually are all over the world, but we're obviously supporting the Irish one. And anybody who makes a donation gets a free pumpkin flower arranging program back. There's 4 different pumpkin arrangements on it, completely different to what I've done here. And listen, you'll have them for next year, and you'll be able to enter the competition next year, and you'll win an amazing prize. Definitely going to shut up now.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks a million. Goodbye. Good luck. See you all soon.